rise from their exploits and grow. In the spotlight they belong. WBL stands strong.
Alright everyone, and welcome back to WBEL Season 3, and here we're going to cover the first week of the playoffs for the Charming Division, and as usual, I'm with... No, is it really Itomanpr? Who's this guy?
It's an imposter.
So
It's just me, numero.
Yes, it is a shaved Itomanpr.
I just evaded my beard.
So I heard that you had a great night Friday.
I had a fun, let's call it a fun night. You know, I had my playoff matches on Friday. I had WBN on Friday, and WBN went pretty well. I'm very happy with that.
For those who missed that, WBN are the how this called? What if Brawl Nights? Yes, and it's my thing, and I forgot the name. So yeah, those are live tournaments, so mini tournaments that we're doing in like 2 hours. So it's a double elimination, and Itomanpr he dropped I think only 2 matches in the grand final. It's a best of 5, and you never went by the losers bracket, so you went into the final with against Cheese. Cheese has won the first 2 matches, then you've won the last 2. You had 1 extra win since you didn't lose once. It was really nice to see. I mean, I think it's the first time that the WBN went into fight number 5 for the final series, so it was really nice. Good win. Wasn't expecting that.
First time I got that far, so every time I moved a little bit further, it was like a new plateau for me. So the fact that I ended up winning was mind-blowing to me.
Yeah, for those who didn't saw, I've posted my fight against Cheese in the chat. There was a lot of unforeseen circumstances in a row. It was pretty fun. I won't spoil it. It was an evasion. Alright, so let's jump into the first series.
Let's go. There's some fun ahead.
Alright, so week number 1 is going to be Kellz against Meefle and Asha against Itomanpr. Of course, Kuchu and Maverick, since they finished first and second into the division, they're going to have a bye. So the only first 2 series are going to be those 2 that I have listed, and those are going to be best of 3. So let's see who has won.
Them, they get to skip a week, save those flexes.
Yep,
it's gonna be tricky.
It's a really big advantage to have a bye in the first round. Yeah. So Itoman, what did you expect from Asha?
I did not like Asha's new roster at all. I felt like every possible combination that he could bring was a pretty menacing threat. You know, and it's 3 matches, so he could take any kind of direction. He has bulky bruisers, he has magic units, he has physical slashers, he has the great sleep threat with Rifford, evasion possible with the 2P, guaranteed hits, I mean, sure hits with Amnelis's limit burst upgrade. I did not know what to expect, honestly.
I think that he only kept Amnelis that he didn't use and decided to flex 5 new units. His new roster is so top and heavy, but like, so 4, 5, 6, 7 100 coster or more, so he rely all the way on flexes. It's kind of interesting because it's making this very impossible to predict at some point. But damn, of course you're limiting yourself a lot if there's a comp that you really like that you can't bring it back for a second fight. But yeah, it makes it really unpredictable for you. So I can see the struggle on your end.
The longer I mean, if Asha moves on to future rounds, it might be more complicated for him, you know, to bring in a variety of flex units. But I mean, this is week 1, so he has all the options in the world, and that makes for a very troublesome opponent for me right off the bat.
Alright, so let's check the first fight. So, he decided to go with the Maze team, and on his side it is a Mariluke, Grifford, and Curie. So, very interesting on both sides. Unfortunately for him, I think that he could pick our team.
Yeah, I really lucked out with my selection here. Having 2 fire units, I was really concerned about the higher proc rate of Grifford's sleep, so I was kind of hoping that he might lead with that, and I won that bet. But let's see how the match goes.
I shall teach you everything about the ways of war.
So it's a pretty long map.
The power of
It makes it kind of difficult for haste users, but I think that for those who uses Quicken can be nice. Maybe the unit can go really far away though. On this map, it's really, of course, really great for missile. So I see why you use Curie, but yeah, it's not good against only magical units.
Yep, that's also a good angle for me.
my turn.
I'll have plenty of time to lose AP if I get frostbitten. So
Yeah.
Everyone ready?
Here's
also
the
worth
haste.
mentioning that Glassy has a 10% extra sleep resistance. So the fact that she walked into this match against Grifford also gave me a little bit more confidence in case that sleep came in.
I'm here to help with this power.
So you had a stone, so 35 at least.
Yep.
Well, his sleep chance is only 25%, right?
Grifford has an extra 50%. I mean,
For real?
it's at
Oh.
50%.
Okay, so 40. Okay, nice.
That's his EX upgrade.
Oh, okay. Didn't see.
The power is here. Thank you.
Calamity Stronghold on top of that.
So I have my barriers, I have my protects up, I have no lower hate on Margaret.
So feud.
First blood. I'm feeling pretty good right now.
Yep, I can see why. Oh wow.
And Asham's not feeling as good.
I guess so. Sharpshoot, of course. Then we got Marguerite to finish this off. Yep. Oh no! Curie actually tanked this.
I'm surprised Curie took that hit so well.
How kind of you.
But yeah, this match is over.
Yeah, it's one to forget.
We did it, everyone.
Now that you've won game number 1, what did you think that Asha would bring for game number 2?
I was hoping that Asha would bring maybe something that wasn't accurate, because I'm going to lean into some evasion. I'm actually bringing some familiar faces that Asha faced in our match against the week 5 in the forest when we fought for the first time.
Well, I mean, Bramwell can be very accurate. Same goes for Schuzold. Yep, it's going to be tough. You both bring Schuzold. Schuzold is a flex on your side, right?
Yes, I wanted to highlight that I dedicated this match to you. I max reincarnated Schuzold and using that King Mont VC to pair my dagger ninja blade units with a great sword. So I hope you appreciate this match, and it's hilarious that we both flexed in Schuzold, and Asha also brought his Bronwell, so it's a full great sword team pretty much on his side. So
I mean, I
told
can
Asha
only
I was-
see Asha prevail now.
I told Asha I was irritated that this match became something that Numero would like too much. So Asha came prepared in his matches, you know, with the Elijah TMR to block Berserk and Charm. So that was very annoying, very disrespectful on his part.
My turn. Here I go. You alright?
Setting up the region on his side, so that could be troublesome for me to get.
Accuracy up 2.
Came prepared. He was expecting evasion.
I mean, he's not blind, he's seeing your roster.
But specifically,
Sharpshoot.
he was expecting.
So Crystal Judgment, we got the limit burst from the start. It's not necessarily good for him. It's nice that the Mia is of the way, but there's a nice Emperor on that limit burst, so it would have been nice for him if it would have hit Zazan and Shuzel. Now we got Major Power, so she's going to be very tanky for at least the next 2 turns, I think. So the other limit burst coming from that Zazan, so it's going. Oh no, it's a triple spin. Okay, okay, like that. And Merluk in one go. It was only very laggy. So no guaranteed
Not
hit
tanky
for
enough.
that Zazan. As our break. We got, oh wow! So massive held back from that Shuzel. Next we're going to have Bronwell. Silence sweep. So finishing up that Shuzel. So now it's your Zazan against everyone. He has plenty of AP though. What is he going to do? Leaping Slash, not able to kill that Shuzel. Shuzel, I think he didn't have the time to use his courage and heal back TP skill. Sharpshoot, I guess that he isn't very accurate. Next we're going to have Zazan again. He's pretty fast, he lapped the Bronwell. Ripper, so yeah, killing that Shuzel. Not necessarily looking good for Asha, so let's check that out. If he's accurate though... Oh! I said nothing.
This is where I start sweating.
I can see why. A lot of damage still, but if she can land that other hit like she did last time... Accuracy is there.
Accuracy was there.
Proud of you, Asha. Thank you. You did us a great favor. So, how's
so
your state of mind? 1-1, it's pretty stressing.
I'm starting to sweat. Asha wants me to win, but he's not gonna make it easy. He wants to be free of having to make more teams. were his words. But he definitely was not making it easy for me.
Nope.
So I'm
Another
going
evasion
to have
team
to
for
go
match
back.
number 3.
I'm actually going to a bit of a throwback as well for match number 3. And
Ziza.
we'll see. Nope. We'll see soon
Boo.
enough.
Okay, so Obron against Meefle. Oh, okay. That was a very bold and awkward team coming from you. It could go very right and it could go very wrong.
Oh yes, it's funny because it plays out, at least, you know, looking at how the teams that came up, plays out very similar to when I first played this team with Meefle, which was against Maverick, and he brought the Eld, which completely blocked my Rafal's damage. So I'm seeing a fire unit here, and I'm worried that history will repeat.
I think he has a guaranteed hit also, right?
Oh, he has 2 guaranteed hits. So yeah, I'm sweating big, big time.
Are you expecting to win or lose?
Well then, shall we go?
I don't know. It all depends on Meefle and how much damage Rafal can stack up.
Yeah, they're going to stack, so it's good for you.
I'm going to make you cry. Think I'm ready to kill.
Hopefully, things play out favorably for me. Sending out Mia to bait the team.
In this auspicious day together, this is where we soar.
Rotation is nice coming from Asha.
This will be your end.
Gets his buffs. Niblu gets her buff.
I guess it's my turn.
For the AP in the world.
You alright?
Yeah, it's a great map for Niblu.
Are we ready? An excellent deed.
It's also a nice map for evasion since you have all the time in the world to like use all of your buffs.
Fortunately, I get my important buffs. Now we have Mia in range to start getting into action.
So good damage from me on Luke.
And there we
Okay, that Oberon is pretty strong. So
Yes,
now
he
the
is.
moment of truth.
Here we
I
go.
re-
No pressure,
I re-
Niblu.
I really hope that he prepared for this. Can screw the entire game plan. And it does.
I get the slow on the Oberon.
I mean, I think that he only needs one hit. Oh, but he took a lot of damage. I also have heal back, but that, yeah, that Raffle is so fast. So that, yeah, that's a nasty combo. Does he have
Yes.
courage? Oh, and she's going again. Oh man, that slow is so crippling.
Yep.
Itoman, you monster.
So
GG.
unlike my Maverick match, this was a much shorter map. So Rafal also was able to take advantage of the haste. When I faced Maverick, it was in the cavern, and that was a way bigger map. And by the time Rafal
Yep.
reached the enemy Maverick's team, the haste had already been used up. So the play turned out to be much more effective this time around.
If I remember right, that cavern map, I mean, it wasn't necessarily longer. I think it was shorter, but it was more wide. This one is more
Yes.
narrow, so it's better for Nivlu because her AoE is like so big that it's almost guaranteed that she's going to hit the entire team.
That's right. That's right. So yeah, and you know,
Nice
so
series.
Rafal was able to Shane, and yes, it was a very fun set of matches. And I gave Asha his wish that he won't have to make more teams.
I mean, poor guy, he didn't even had to have a turn.
It was funny because initially he mentioned that he had set up 2 teams to fight against me, and I told him, well, the problem is that if you're using flex and if we go to a third match, you can't reuse the flex. He's like, well, we'll get to that if we get there, you know. And we did end up having to do a third match, but it was certainly a lot of fun. And
Yeah, you guys were talking while fighting, right?
Yep. Also worth mentioning that I break my unlucky streak of always losing in the first round of playoffs. So this is the first time that I go beyond round 1 in playoffs,
Congratulations.
both WBEL and WBL. So that's a funny fact thrown in there.
Well, it's certainly nice for you because it's the last season. I mean, you want to leave a nice last impression. So
Well, hopefully, my next opponents are no walk in the park either. So
next opponent is going to be Maverick, right?
yes, one of my losses during the regular season.
I hope you have accurate units. I mean, he's in the charming division. He had 2 rounds of swaps, so if he didn't bring like accurate units in his roster, he deserved to be in the blind division.
Knowing Maverick, he thought out well his roster. So
All right, congrats Itomanpr. You had your birthday recently, so you're also a birthday boy.
that's right.
So a lot of
Jeez,
great
man.
things last week.
It was a great weekend.
I can see
No
that.
complaints.
All right, let's jump into the next series.
Let's check it out.
All right. So we're going to have Kellz against Meefle. So the Storm Seekers against the Lightning returns. What can we expect from that first match?
All right, so looking at these rosters, Kellz has a diverse set of units at lower costs, at least when comparing against the kind of roster we saw Asha flex. A lot of great sword, some evasion mixed in there as well. Very appropriate for the Charming division. And looking over at Meefle's side, we have the Lightning, who now has a few extra partners. Something that previously, I think Meefle maybe didn't have a 40 cost option, or I don't recall, but I feel Meefle was short on options for bringing in the Lightning before, and now there are certainly a few more tricks up Meefle's sleeve that he can mix in with the Lightning. He has Laswell as an evasion angle, Engelbert as a great tank, who Meefle used to great effect during the regular season. I don't think Kellz made many changes to his roster, considering most of his units have been used already.
I think the only unit that went out was Wbel, so he decided to include a Quickener and Phoebe. Most of the players, I mean, they upped her out because her cost increased. On his side, he decided that even at 60, she had too much value. But I mean, he could, because he decided to go with 90 units. So with 60, it goes up to 150, and then it leaves the room for Holdo and other 50 units. So Phoebe as a black mage also pairs very well with a great sword. So it was a nice addition on his side.
Indeed. Most players have diverse options to play,
but not Meefle.
I'm not seeing a high tier ice threat on Kellz' side, unless he decides to bring in a flex option. So maybe more the merrier could be an angle that Meefle could exploit in his match against Kellz. At least maybe as an opener. Should be interesting to see.
Yep. Also, Garval, I'm not sure with who Bluff pairs well. Maybe, I don't know what's his plan for him. What?
The Sword Knights also.
Sword Knights? Okay, so there's Garval, Engelbert angle there. Okay, so let's check that out. Of course, more the merrier is maybe his best bet. It's also the easier to predict, so let's see who he decided to bring for match number 1.
Let's check it out.
And it was the Lightning.
Okay, so Meefle going for his signature unit right off the bat, and Kellz going for the Great Sword and Gun synergy. They're both bringing in Krace. So let's see how they use her.
Let's see if that Lightning is still worth our cost.
This should be interesting.
Knowing it's Meefle's Lightning, I wouldn't doubt it.
So Rain going out of the way.
Bait.
Yep. Oh no.
Oh. Baited right off the bat.
Oh, she didn't have time to use her follow-up buff. Yeah, that's really unfortunate for him.
AP is going to be looking critical.
Even that Kreese didn't do much damage on that Rain. Meanwhile, Kellz have all the time in the world to buff.
And all the AP. I'm liking his chances.
Yeah, no more AP on that yes, Lightning. Now we got Rain. Using the LB on Mia. I think it's enough to finish her. Go crazy.
At least that Fire and Peril is not on Lightning. So that should be good for Meefle, but here comes a big round of damage.
Yeah, I can see Meefle win this match. Yeah, that Rain that was so fast, the fact that they started one in front of another, I mean, it was the key of this battle.
Yeah, that Keen Blade was positioning, and the Keen Blade was really gave.
He didn't
Kellz
even
the
need
edge.
the King Blade, honestly. Just the fact that it started one in
Rain.
front of another, Rain going forward. But yeah, it's Chase that told me, like, man, this map is not as big as you think. It's pretty small, in fact. And now I really can see why.
Yep. Well, maybe the Keyblade was important because if Rain hadn't, would have probably been slower than Meefle's other units.
Maybe.
So that would have given them at least a chance to buff for one turn. The fact that Keyblade came in early sealed the fate and tricked Meefle's units into getting baited by the Rain early on.
So Kuchu, here's why he was so strong. Alright, so let's jump to the next battle.
See how these players adapt for the second match.
Evasion and farm.
Oh, so Meefle's going back to the lightning,
Yeah.
which has advantage against the farm, but
Not the Resnick.
not as well for the Resnick. Resnick can be known for evasion, but is also not a top tier evasion. So I think Meefle might have a good chance of landing some hits, but who knows if it'll be enough.
Do you know why
Advantage.
Meefle decided to bring lightning back?
What's that?
Because lightning returns.
Wow, wow.
And the guy is losing on a pun.
There you go. Okay. So luck buff on Kellz' side. Ignore sure hit. 2 units with ignore sure hits.
At least this time I think that he'll have time to use his buffs.
Let's get this over with.
Oh, I'm not sure. Okay. Alright, it's on.
Important buff. The positioning. Okay. Lightning is still safe.
Yeah, I'm concerned about that Ravius. Oh. Resnick, sorry. Okay, so Halim for the another useless character. Moment of truth, so that lightning. Let's see if she has some evasion. Oh no, going for the Joker and the back line. I hope.
Enough accuracy.
Okay, at least Halim will be the bait since she's more frail.
See, she's useful. Numero.
Yeah,
Didn't get paralyzed.
she even tanked that hit. And now she's dead. Thank you for your services. Alright, so next is going to be, yes, a lightning. So the real moment for truth.
Accuracy check. Oh,
Oh, even from behind.
from the
Oh, that's
back.
harsh.
Not enough.
And the wet noodle is about is able to do a triple hit. Oh, final fortune. She's strong. I mean, Earth against lightning, so sorry for Meefle.
A 3. Yeah. Kellz played that to perfection. A very well executed strategy on both matches.
Yeah, that's sad because if he had brought this more the merrier, he would definitely have had the edge. Well, farm is kind of good against magic, but I mean she hits like a wet noodle, so she would have been too troublesome.
Yeah. More would have been an interesting pick. She's the elemental advantage against the Resnick. Maybe Meefle was concerned. Maybe he just wanted to go out big using the lightning.
Yeah, that's
His
also my
favorite.
feeling.
It's his signature unit, and one last time to play her against the world.
Thank you, Meefle. It was nice to have you around. Same thing for Asha. It was your first participation to Wbel. It was really nice to have you around. You're a really funny guy. I really hope that you stick around until the end of the service. As for Meefle, I think that you've been in all the 3 seasons. if I remember correctly. Really cool guy, always been super supportive of the channel. He's a veteran from both Wbel and WDL, always hitting the playoffs, always a strong player. It was really nice to have you around. Thank you for participating.
You both for some fun, exciting matches. GG's to my guild leader, who I won't get the chance to call my guild leader for too much longer.
Because he already kicked you off Cayenne, right?
Not yet, not yet. So they want me for some reason. But most importantly, thanks to Asha for joining us, even though this isn't Guild Raid.
Alright, so let's jump into the final portrait of playoffs. Alright, so we have for the next round Kuchuau against Kellz, and next we're going to have Maverick against Itomanpr.
So for week 2, we're looking at some high-octane matches here, as Kellz and I are paired off against the 2 top seeds of the Charming division with Kuchuau and Maverick. Both players that I lost against in terms of Kuchuau and Maverick. So when you think about it, Kuchuau only lost to Manta, so it's also, you could say it's a rematch battle on both sides of the standings tree. So it should be very interesting.
The order is respected right now. It's 1, 2, 3, 4.
That's right. 1, 2, 3, and 4.
So top 4 is saying we were worth to be there.
But let's see if we can go beyond week 2.
Thank you for watching, and we're going to see you in the next video.
See you then. Bye.
40 hearts aligned in play for the tourney of the might. The Black Enthusiast League is here, with friends and foes so near. An epic journey to the top, never resting, never stop. Wbel calls our name, together for the grand game. It's the place to be right now, cheers and shouts we scream out loud. Numero 80 leads the way, Kaise's voice will guide the play. Heroes bow for all to see, champions rise from their exploits and grow. In the spotlight they belong. Wbel stands strong. They aren't blind, they're enthusiasts, and not all clairvoyant, but they are all charming in their own way. Heroes bow for all to see, champions rise from their exploits and grow. In the spotlight they belong. Wbel stands strong. They aren't blind, they're enthusiasts, and not all clairvoyant, but they are all charming in their own way. Heroes bow for all to see, champions rise from their exploits and grow. In the spotlight they belong. Wbel stands strong.
Oh, Meefle going for the full win team. I love it. Big fan of more the merrier.
Dario too.
Dario got the slow.
And Dario's down.
Uh-oh. Death is looking imminent.
Stay down. I don't like slow pokes, you know.
This was match number 3. I think that they wanted to see if it would have been a better choice for him. History said no.
Yep.